The ribbon is the primary interface component for accessing the various tools and functions in Revit. The ribbon is organized into tabs, with each tab containing sets of related tools arranged into panels. There are three major components to the ribbon. The tabs, which appear across the top of the ribbon, give you access to groups of panels. Inside these panels are individual tools that can be used by clicking the desired tool. To access a ribbon, simply click its tab. For example, on the Insert ribbon, you can see that the panel names are Select, Link, Import, Load from Library, and Autodesk Seek. Similarly, on the Annotate ribbon, you can see a different set of panels with commands related to annotating views. The panels include Select, Dimension, Detail, Text, Tag, Color Fill, and Symbol. So when you click a particular tab on the ribbon, you see panels containing groups of related commands. For example, when you click the Modify tab, you can see that the ribbon contains tools for modifying elements. You may or may not have an Add-ins tab. This tab is available once you download add-ins for Revit. On this ribbon, you may see tools such as the Cadlearning plugin or Autodesk 360 tools. Switch to the View ribbon. Within the panels, you will find three types of tools. Some buttons, such as the Section button, activate a specific tool. A split button, like the 3D View button, has the most used tool at the top with a drop-down button that displays additional related tools. Some other split buttons, such as the Region button on the Annotate ribbon, switch between the default and the alternate tools. The most recent tool selected remains current after executing the tool. Some panels include a small triangle next to the panel name, such as the Tag panel on the Annotate ribbon. When you click the panel bar, the panel expands to show additional tools. These are referred to as expandable panels. Other panels include a button with a small angled arrow in the lower right corner, such as in the Text panel on the Annotate ribbon. This is a dialog launcher. Clicking a dialog launcher opens a dialog box which allows you to quickly manage additional settings related to that panel. When you use some tools, such as the Text tool, the ribbon changes to show a different set of tools for creating and formatting the text. This is called a contextual ribbon, because it displays tools that relate only to the context of the tool or element you are creating. You can still switch to another ribbon, but the contextual ribbon remains available until you finish using the particular tool. There are several ways to control the display of the ribbon. The Ribbon State button on the rightmost end of the ribbon lets you toggle through 3 ribbon display states. When you click this button once, the ribbon is reduced to tabs, with each ribbon panel represented as a single button. When you move the cursor over one of these buttons, that particular panel expands to display all of its tools. When you move your cursor away from the panel, it collapses back to show just the tabs and panel buttons. When you click this button again, the ribbon is reduced even more. Now the ribbon is reduced to tabs and panel names. Again, when you move the cursor over a panel name, that particular panel expands to display all of its tools. When you move the cursor away from the panel, it collapses back to show just the tabs and panel names. When you click this button again, the ribbon is reduced completely. Now the ribbon shows only the names of the tabs. You can then click an individual tab to display its panels. As soon as you move the cursor away from the ribbon reduces back to just the tab names. When you click the button again, the ribbon is restored back to the full ribbon. You can also click the small arrow to the right of this button to display a shortcut menu. Here, you can choose to minimize to tabs, minimize to panel titles, or minimize to panel buttons. When one of these options is selected, clicking the Ribbon State button toggles between just the full ribbon and the selected minimized ribbon. Then if you choose Cycle Through All, Revit reverts back to its default behavior of cycling through each ribbon state when you click the Ribbon State button. You can use Control-Drag to relocate any tab to your desired location. For instance, if you want your Modify tab directly after your Insert tab. Additionally, within any tab, you can click and drag a panel to relocate it within the ribbon. You can also click and drag a panel off the ribbon and into the drawing area, or outside of the application window. When you drag a panel off the ribbon, it remains visible, and its tools remain available even if you switch to a different ribbon. To return a floating panel to the ribbon, hover the cursor over the panel until you see sidebars, and then click Return Panels to Ribbon in the upper right corner. This returns the panel to the ribbon location it came from, even if that ribbon is not currently visible.